Hello everyone. Today we will start with the new module. It is compass surveying. So I hope everyone have must seen the compass, which indicates the north, south, east and west poles of the earth. So here in compass surveying we will be using the compass, the instrument which contains the magnetized pointer which shows the directions of magnetic north and bearings from it. So definition of magnetic north and bearings we will study in the next section. Okay. So compass is an instrument which contains the magnetic needle. Using that magnetic needle we will be considering the north, south, east and west poles of the earth, and we will be measuring the angular measurements we will be doing by using the compass. So in compass we have different types of compass available. So before going to the different types of compass, let us see how the compass looks. See here. So here two types of compass they have shown. One is the prismatic compass and one more is the surveyor's compass. You can see the image here where in prismatic compass and surveyor compass both the compass north and south are written here. North and south are written. Okay, so types of compass are prismatic compass and the surveyor's compass. So about the types of compass we will study later. Before that we will study how the compass works, why we use the compass. Here chain surveying can be used when the area to be surveyed is comparatively small and is fairly flat. Whenever you have the smaller areas to be surveyed, you can go for the chain survey and you can measure the area. But when the area is large, okay, and when you have more number of deviations in areas, okay, in undulated and crowded with many details, triangulation is used. Triangulation is not possible because of the larger. In such an area the method of traversing is adopted. The method of traversing is adopted whenever you go for the larger area surveys. So what is traversing? What is traversing? Traversing is plotting any type of geometrical figure on the ground is called as traversing. Okay, it may be the geometrical figure or it may be the interconnected lines which you form on the ground, that is called as traversing. Principle of compass surveying is the basic principle of compass survey is traversing, which involves a series of connected lines. The magnetic bearing of the lines are measured by prismatic compass and distance are measured by chain. So basic principle of the compass is traversing. Traversing is plotting any geometry figure, or else you can say plotting a series of lines, okay, which give you the detail of the area, both angular measurement and the distance measurement that will give you. Such survey does not require formulation of a network of triangles. So network of triangles comes into picture whenever you go for triangulation, so you neglect it. In compass surveying we will just study the basic principle in which we will go for traversing. See here. So in traversing what we do, the framework consists of connected lines. So if I start with any point, okay, so I will go on surveying the area based on the deviations. The length are measured by a chain or a tape and the direction measured by angle measuring instrument. So look at the second point here. The length are measured by the chain and the direction are measured by angle measuring instrument. So angle measuring instrument is compass. So hence in compass surveying, direction of survey lines are determined with a compass and the length of the lines are measured with the tape or chain. This process is known as compass surveying. So here you see here there are two figures, one is on the left side and one more is on the right side. So if you see the figure which is on the right side, okay, so it is called as closed traverse. It is called as closed traverse. Why? So closed traverse is nothing but it is the geometrical figure if when we start with the first point of the surveying compass surveying, and if your last line closes with the first point, that is called as closed traversing. If your last line does not end at the first point, it is called as open traverse. That is your left side figure. Okay, so once I start using compass, okay, so it will give you the direction of the line with respect to some meridian, right? So it will not give you the angle, it will give you the direction of that line with respect to some meridian. It may be with respect to north, or with respect to south, or with respect to east, or with respect to west. It will give you the bearing with respect to some meridian. So what are the meridians that we will study here? So types of bearings. Bearing means it is the angular measurement with respect to some meridian. So there are three types of meridians. One is true meridian, second one magnetic meridian, and the third one arbitrary meridian. Okay, so once you measure the bearing of the line with respect to true meridian, it is called as true bearing. If you measure the bearing of a line with respect to magnetic meridian, it is called as magnetic meridian. And if you measure the bearing with respect to arbitrary meridian, it is called as arbitrary bearing. So how you differentiate between true meridian, magnetic meridian, and the arbitrary meridian? See this picture. So as we know, earth is somewhat circular in shape. Okay, so here it is written as Tn, that is which divide the meridian which divides the earth into exactly two parts, which exactly passes through the centroid of the earth. That is called as true meridian. With respect to true meridian, if you measure the bearing, it is called as true bearing. Okay, so next, a green line which indicates Mn, that is magnetic meridian. So the earth has some gravitational force and some magnetic power in it. Okay, because of the magnetic power in it, the meridian, what happens, it deviates from the true meridian to some extent, that we call it as magnetic meridian. And the bearing which we measure using the magnetic meridian is called as magnetic bearing. True meridian is the meridian which passes exactly at the centroid of the earth. Magnetic meridian is the meridian which deviates from the true meridian because of the some magnetic forces of the earth. So third one, we have arbitrary meridian. It is the temporary meridian which we fix on the surveying ground, and with respect to that meridian we will measure the bearing, right? You can write this. Okay, totally we have three types of meridians. Grid bearing, you avoid it. First one, true bearing measured with respect to true meridian. Magnetic bearing measured with respect to magnetic bearing. Arbitrary bearing measured with respect to arbitrary meridian. So true bearing, check the definition here. The true bearing of a line is the horizontal angle between the true meridian and the survey line. The true bearing is measured from the true north in the clockwise direction. See this figure. So true meridian is the red line, they have written it here. True bearing is measured in clockwise direction with respect to true meridian. Next, the magnetic bearing of a line is the horizontal angle which the line makes with the magnetic north, Mn. Mn is the magnetic north and magnetic meridian. Tn is true meridian with respect to true north. Okay, like this we will measure the bearings. So this is with respect to the introduction of the compass, where we will be using the compass to measure the angle with respect to some meridians, that may be true meridian, magnetic meridian, or arbitrary meridian.